Hi, my name is Gabor Schwaglik. Welcome to my channel. You might be listening in a podcast. Usually I put these up on YouTube because they're a little bit more visual, but I might have these up as a podcast. You can listen in first and then come to the YouTube channel. There's a sort of a phenomenon that happens when we take the image and then we use it in a painting. I know that, for myself personally, that I thought it was a really neat image, and I wanted to transfer it onto, to make a painting of it, and it was horrible. Certain images do not transfer straight. I'm talking without any designing it. That's kind of the main purpose I did this video, right off the photograph and then get into the painting. It's just, sometimes it happens, but most of the time we have to eliminate things, delete things, take things out, or possibly add them in. But generally, it's taking things out. That's what I've seen over the years from myself and from the students that I taught. It's a thing that comes up all the time. Is generally we have too many things in there, and we need to take them out, eliminate them, and make them more simple. Russell Chatham. Yes, Russell Chatham was a master of that, of eliminating things and simplifying them. And I always liked his paintings because of the simplicity. I'm going to show you an image that I took in Colorado, and it was in the fall. I think it was from the Ouray, Colorado area, and we took this trip up the mountain, and they were. As I'm talking, I'll overlap some of these images so you get to see them too. There was a lot of fall color going on everywhere we were going. But in this particular image, I really like this backlit cliff. And the way I have it, as you can see in the photo, is really not much. There's not much yellow foliage, fall foliage in the foreground. So when I did the study, you'll see the study. The first image that you'll see here, I looked at it after I did it. There was sort of like a preliminary, and I'm like, well, it was fall. That's the whole idea, even though I liked the way the lighting was on that cliff. So what I did in the finished piece, this next image, the finished piece, a little bit more detail. I know the word. I talk about the word detail. Just a little bit more detail in this one is the finished image. You can see that I added the fall colors in there. I think it really made the piece because it was about the fall. I was sort of celebrating going out in the fall and taking these images and just kind of feeling the place out. The reason I did the preliminary is I just want to kind of familiarize myself with the scene. I don't always do them. It depends on the painting. But it's not a bad idea to do it if you just want to work some kinks out. And what I mean by that is that, remember in the beginning, I said, well, what if I take that image and make a painting of it? Well, if you do that, and if you do just sort of a preliminary, a looser piece, a smaller piece, you would see that problem right away. There's something happens between the photograph and the painting. Meaning that just because it looks good on a photo, it doesn't mean it's going to look good to the painting. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen. It's going to happen, and the more you paint, the more you see these things. What looks cool in a painting, in a photograph, it might look horrible in a painting. So that's why photographers can get away with kind of like a gnarly looking tree in the foreground but if you take that same image and you want to make a painting of it, it's not going to look good. It's just something that you have to be aware of, and I'm sure some of you are that been watching. But if you're new to painting, because I don't know what level you're at when I'm talking to the camera here, I try to simplify things in general. I think that it's a good idea. I think as a teacher, it's always hard because one thing I learned is don't assume that you know that, okay? So just getting back to the original concept that I'm talking about is that try to do a preliminary. It could be even a drawing, and then look at it, step back, look at it for a day or two or something, or for a day, and then say, oh, okay, maybe that will not look good in a painting. Generally, that's what happens. Something that looks cool in a photograph will not transfer onto a painting. So I strive towards simplicity in my paintings as much as I can. The painting that I'm showing you, it goes back a little bit, not too far, but I'm simplifying things even more in my paintings. It's just a natural progression for each artist to go whichever way they feel they want to go. There's nothing wrong with either tight or looser. I tend to gravitate towards more poetic painters when I look at work, and also when I take my images, photographs, I try to look for simple things. That's another thing too, is that you know, the artist friends that I have, most of them are working professional artists, so they're at a high level, and I see this pattern, general pattern, that they try to pick things that are fairly simple as far as the photographic image, and they even simplify it more. But they don't try to complicate it. They don't take like a real complex image of something and then simplify it. They're even looking through the lens, when they're looking through the lens, at something rather simple. So it's true, there's a correlation between photography and your painting. As your photography gets better, your painting gets better, right? So, or as your painting gets better, your photography gets better. I'm probably going to do a video kind of addressing photography, photographers too, about how they should be studying painters more rather than photographers. So that's something that I'm kind of thinking about. I think it'd be a good idea just to discuss that topic too. But as you saw, just kind of flipping one more time back to the image, I had the photograph, and then I had my sort of a looser study of it, and then the final painting where I made some decisions. I believe the fall colors needed to be on there. So I hope this video helps for you to think about these things. This channel, if you're watching it, I'm not going to be doing a lot of demonstrations. It's not about that. It is visual. I'll try to show you visual things and some adventures, some painting adventures that I go on. It's more about thinking that I want to do this channel on. I don't think there's enough videos out there about kind of thinking more before you paint. That's kind of one of the mistakes I've done in the past. Although when you're beginning, you got to put in the miles of canvas, right? You got to do a lot of bad paintings first to get to the good ones. So yeah, so that's the channel. If you're watching me, you're wondering like, where's the demonstration? What if somebody said a comment or something that I talk too much, and like, okay. So first of all, it's free. Second of all, that's not the. I have a demonstration, so you can purchase videos from me, full demonstrations, if that's what somebody's looking for. But when I do these videos, I wanted to do something different than what's out there. But please subscribe and share. It just kind of helps the channel. I have all the information down below this video. If you want to catch a free webinar that I have, or some of the instructional videos, start to finish, that I have, just look below this video. And I just want to thank you for watching the video. I love the comments that you guys make. Either or, I usually always answer them. I love getting back to all of you. And again, just thanks for your support and watching the channel, and I'll see you next time.